Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. How is everybody?
Doing well, doing well.
I'm fine. I'm okay.
When you say fine, Kev, does that mean fucked up, insecure, neurotic, etc.? Sorry, I swore.
Stuff, yeah. Again, was that you on drums, by the way, on that intro?
No, it wasn't. I had a lovely day last Saturday, using AI to create my new intro video. It was fun.
That's above my pay grade, AI. I'm sorry. Yeah. Not interested.
I have to use it every day for my work. We've been told that that's part of our appraisal.
Oh, right. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
To create emails and to do reports and stuff like that. So
why are all the bosses now so obsessed with AI?
Well, don't forget, I work for Meta, so.
Okay.
and before anyone starts kicking off and saying I'm a bastard and I'm doing this, I do the maintenance for their office. So.
Bollocks! I've got a wasp in here.
Is his name Mark Zuckerberg?
No.
Jeff Bezos?
Oh, he's flown in. He's sort of like buzzing around my monitor as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to kill it?
No, not really, because his mates will turn up and have a Barney with me or something. But no, he's disappeared for the now. But if you suddenly hear me scream and things start falling off the walls, know that me and him have had a little contretemps. You know, wasp bastard.
Sounds good. Funnily enough, I was on a plane coming back from England.
Yeah.
What was it? 3 weeks ago?
Yeah.
And there was a wasp on there, and I was sat next to some Swedish guy, and his girlfriend was in front, and she's like, "Oh my God, it's a wasp!" And everybody stood up, and they didn't know what to do, and I just said, "Do you want me to kill it?" Please. And so I stood up and I killed it. Excellent. And her boyfriend was sat there, and I was just like,
"Good work."
Can you imagine? Good work. The Swedes and the Danes used to be Vikings, and this guy was so But anyway,
Bjorn,
what can you say?
What should we do, Bjorn? Should we go over there and discover the new lands? No, wasp over there. We don't like. That was my 100% accurate Viking impression.
I was going to say, I thought we had Borat in the room, but
No. Borat was a different type of Viking.
I like.
Nice.
They're mad.
So why do you kill bears then? We love animals. So why do you kill bears then? For fun. Sorry. Yeah. Anyway, good morning. Welcome to Ricky VR TV in association with Spurs Wasian TV and Shelfside Spurs. Lovely to see you, Eugene, Kev, and the Resonator. I'd like to start off with On This Day in History.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
So, Illy Dimitrescu scored his first goal as we won 3-1 away to Ipswich in 1994. Klinsmann
like
scored the
Edinburgh, though.
Sorry?
The picture looks like Justin Edinburgh, though.
It isn't actually. I did.
Is it not?
I can make it a little bit. No, I can't make it a little bit larger. But that is actually him. That is Illy Dimitrescu. They both. I think they had the same barber.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So, Teddy Sheringham's debut in a 1-1 draw away to the Tractor Boys in 1992.
Nice.
Yeah.
And Kev, do you remember this one?
Yeah.
Glenn Hoddle's debut, 1975, as we drew with Norwich 2-2.
Nice.
He replaced Cyril Knowles, I believe, who also died on this day.
Oh no.
I think in the 90s. I can't remember exactly the exact year, but R.I.P. Cyril. Nice one.
Yeah.
Poor Cyril.
Tragic life.
Was it? Why?
Well, his son got killed as well, didn't he?
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was driving. They were driving along the motorway, and a stone bounced off a lorry.
Oh,
Went through the
dear.
windscreen, killed his son.
That's it, yeah. Knowles married Betty Grundy in 1967, with whom he had a son who died in a freak traffic accident when a stone was thrown up from the road and crashed through the window of the car he was in and hit him in the head.
Bloody hell.
Yeah,
Yeah,
terrible.
terrible.
All right,
So-
he
He won.
Cyril's son as well.
He won. Cyril Knowles won with us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trophies. If you don't count the Charity Shield. If you count the Charity Shield, 6.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why they used to sing
can
"Nice
name
One,
him for you if you
Cyril,
want.
Nice One, Son."
That's my son. That's right.
Tell me a bit about him, Kev. I don't recall having seen him. Where did he play? What was his what was his
He was
style?
a left back. The left back. He had the sweetest left foot you could ever dream of. Yeah, he was brilliant. Yeah.
What, better than Musa Sissoko?
No,
Sorry.
no, he was very. He was a sweet left foot. Scored a few goals down the years, but first flipping the ball into the area and stuff like that, he was brilliant.
Yeah, he
Nice
was.
one, Musa. Nice one, son. Nice one, Musa. Let's have another one.
He really was a joy to watch. Yeah, they're a good pair. Him and Kinnear on the other side. They're left back and right back. Joe Kinnear.
Okay,
Yeah, they were good.
yeah.
They were, steady.
But when was it? Was he in the team that we when we got relegated? Or had he gone by then?
No, he'd gone by then, I think. Yeah,
Okay.
definitely. Yeah.
Okay.
The breakup of the team was when Billy Nick came in. I'm sure he'd gone before then. Yeah.
Right.
I think he played for us in the '67 final. I know that.
Oh right,
Um,
sorry, I didn't realise it was. Yeah, I was just looking
Yeah.
at the
'67 final,
1975 bit.
'71 final, '72 final, '73 final. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he left in 76.
Okay, good year that.
76 he did,
That's
yeah.
the year I was born.
Stand corrected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you're right. You said he played for us in the 70s as well. It's just
Yeah.
probably a bit later.
76 we went down, didn't we?
77 we were. 78
We went down, sorry, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
77.
I was stayed up in 76 and just.
Yeah, just, yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you can see it, but the program that's on there is Tottenham versus Fulham, and the spotlight was on Rowan Ricketts.
Oh,
Wow.
that titan, that legend of the pitch.
And there's a picture of Helder Postiga. So two
Oh,
legends.
that titan, that legend of the pitch.
And funnily enough, we lost 3-0.
Oh.
At home, Barry Hales,
Oh.
a self-confessed Tottenham fan, scored twice. I can't remember who the other one was.
That's a bad result.
Yeah, those were the days. Those were the days.
Those were the days where you could go to White Hart Lane and watch us lose. Thank God those days are over.
Okay. Okay, I was planning on getting up this morning and doing some visuals for the team, etc. yesterday, and quite frankly, I could not be asked. So I will quickly run through the lineup from yesterday if my phone decides that it wants to work. It was Kinski in goal. He got a 4.9. Was he really that bad?
No, he wasn't.
I don't remember him being that bad.
He barely had anything to do.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's what the real talking point yesterday should be. It really was a case of he had virtually nothing to do. Newcastle didn't have a shot on target in the first half.
No.
Yeah.
I thought we actually improved. I thought from last week we actually looked quite good. But
yeah.
Archie Gray at right back. Van Hecker and Van der Ven in the middle. Robertson on the other side. Bentancur and Tonali in central midfield. Porro on the right wing. Fernandez as a number 10.
Fernandes.
Tell on the left and Marmoush up front. Now, I'd first like to start. This lineup confused me.
Yeah.
Why? Surely there was someone else who could play right wing rather than having to put Porro there.
I reckon that his plan was to play Savio on right wing, but then he picked up that knock and I don't think
Muscle fatigue.
muscle fatigue. I didn't. Oh, muscle fatigue. Yeah, I don't think he intended to play Porro at all. I think Porro is still on that recovery. It's just the fact that he's such a machine that he was able to come in. But I think, given his druthers, I reckon that that De Zerbi would have played Savio at right, and still kept Archie Gray at right back, and kept Porro on the bench, because he only, he played against Charlton. I can't remember if Porro started against Charlton.
No,
or not.
He didn't. He came on.
He didn't start. That's right. He came on as a sub. So we've seen that, especially the medical staff's approach now is very much right. Let's not throw them back in. Let's not get them. Work them back in. Porro, bear in mind, he came back from international duty a week before the season kicked off, something like that, something stupid like that. He's had a really long season, and he played a lot last season as well. Yeah, for us. And so I think it was just the case that Savio was taken out of contention, and so De Zerbi, rather than disturb the majority of his plans by changing Gray and putting Porro in, and then having to pick someone else to play at right wing and giving them all their instructions and tactical things and all of that at once, he just said, "Do you know what? I've got a really experienced right back or right wing back who can probably do a really decent job on right wing. I'm just going to put him in there and leave Archie Gray at right back." That's my conjecture.
Yeah, there was a lot of suggestions a few seasons ago that we should push him up to play right wing. I'm still not 100% sure about that. But this again, obviously, I'm happy with our transfer window. I think we've signed some decent players. You can't always expect them to come in all guns blazing, especially playing under Roberto De Zerbi. I think he has different tactics to maybe other managers. But still, to let Spence go, I know. Well, did he want to leave, or was it because?
He said that he wanted to leave. Yeah.
Okay. So we really don't. I don't see Archie Gray as a right back.
No, Archie Gray doesn't see himself as a right back. De Zerbi doesn't see Archie Gray as a right back.
Yeah.
He said it as well in the press conference. I think he said, if he had a choice, maybe he would have gone for a right back. But again, I think what is really important for us as Spurs fans is to manage our own expectations this season.
Shut up!
I know, right? I know, right? I know. I might as well expect water to run uphill. But I think there's a lot of profit. There's a lot of profit in us managing our own expectations this season, and thinking that ultimately, look, we bought 8 players, but really, when you look at it, how many of our squad before this summer transfer window are really of that top level that we need to have to really be competitive? It's not that many, right? You can count. I mean, we've heard as well. I don't know if you guys heard, but De Zerbi has said that Richie, Danzo, and Sarr have actually asked to leave. I'm a massive Kevin Danzo fan, huge, right? On Reddit, on the Common New Spurs subreddit, they ask you if you want to, you can choose a player to sort of like be under your handle, right? Yeah. And Danzo's my player, right? That's the player that I chose because I really like him. Yeah. But you don't even need to put a gun to my head. If you said to me, right, is Danzo of the top stripe to be a league winner, I would say no. He's not part of a partnership that would win a title, right? Same with Richie. Much as I like him as well, I think Richie has got a lot to offer, and the same for Sarr. They're good players, but they're not the top stripe. And so if those 3 leave before Tuesday, we've still got a huge amount of squad building to do. It's not, you can't do it in a single window, and we've done a lot of the work, but that carries consequences with it, in as much as these players need to learn to play with each other. You know?
Oh, saucy.
I know, right? I know.
But I just
come, my new teammates. Let us learn to play with each other.
Come being the opposite. Oh, shut up. I'm just a little bit worried that if we let them go, then we are a little bit short on backup. Now, I understand that players obviously always want to play. You very rarely find a player who is happy to sit on the bench, unless you're, what's his name, Winston Bogart, or half the Chelsea squad. And Danzo, I thought, was probably our most consistent defender last season. Now, obviously, you could say Mickey van der Ven and Romero are a lot more talented, but they both have faults. I mean, everyone has faults. But Danzo, I thought, was the steadiest defender we had last season.
Yeah, good.
Looking at Van Hecker yesterday, wow. What does De Zerbi see in him? He did not look comfortable. Okay, again, he's a new player, etc. Doesn't look comfortable in the air. His decision-making looks very, very suspect, but he can play a nice ball forward.
That's about it, really. That's what I was going to say.
Is that what we need from a centre-back?
Yeah.
Eugene, you're very quiet, mate. Talk to me.
He's half asleep. It's 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
It's about 6:27 p.m. here in Malaysia. Now, guys, the lineup was perplexing, right? Last week I already said, right, 3 strikes, but I'm not going to give De Zerbi a strike this time. He didn't make Archie Gray captain, but he did play him at right back. I don't want to see Archie Gray at right back ever again, but he's stuck. And like what Rez said, maybe he didn't have a choice. He had to make the decisions, right? And he was planning to play Savio further up the pitch, and maybe he would have played Borrow or Gray, whether at right back or not, we do not know. But when that lineup came out, I was a bit perplexed. But then we could see that in the first half, we were better than we were at Brentford, right? We were a bit more cohesive. There were a few patterns of play there, right? Good movement and all that. If Kel was a proper goal-scoring winger, he would have put that ball in the net. He had one very good shot, right?
Yeah.
He shot that ball, right, at the comfortable height for the goalkeeper to catch. If that ball was a bit lower, a bit more to the right, then it would be made it harder, right? We had our chances, we didn't take it. And like what Rez says, right, Newcastle only had 2 chances. And the thing is that I see us now is partly the mental part of it too. Because, when we go down, our heads go down. All of a sudden, everything drops. And the thing is that, come and play.
I'll push back on that. We had our heads down the minute we came out for the second half. Slightly.
And
it was before they even scored.
Yeah, maybe at that. And I was really shouting at half time, right, in the watch along. I said, make the changes now. Don't wait, right? We as fans sitting here watching the game, we can see what's happening. And if you as the manager and the coaches and all that, if you can't see it, my question is why? Is he going to take these next few games along the way just to test his system, just to see who is up to speed, right? Guys, he's a new manager. He has to come in. He's got 8 new players, and he has to assimilate them, to gel them together, right? But the problem is that how much suffering can the Spurs fans take anymore?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? But
you have to ask Kev about that. He's been there the longest.
But it probably now blends it all together now.
I'm inured to it. Yeah, I'm really inured to it.
That's why you guys know. I've been zen about this for a long time. Even since VV was there, zen about this, and still zen about it now, right? And the thing is that I still feel there's a sus in our defense, in our backline, because we did get rid of Romero. And because that was the partnership between VDV and Romero. Now we've got Van Heck there. And the weird part is that I always see us, right? when we play out from the back, Kinski stands on the ball for like 5 seconds. And I'm thinking, what is that part of the Zerbi's tactic? Because I think what the Zerbi wants is that for the Newcastle players to come out and rush and press us, and then he tries to break. But the problem, the Newcastle players didn't do that. They just said, okay, you stand there and you stand there too. So it was like
there's actually a plan behind it.
Yes,
I actually watched the breakdown of it.
Yeah. And then there's a standoff. You know, it's not I'm standing there, you're standing there, you know, and I'm looking at you, you're looking at me, and all of us, and I was watching with the Newcastle fans, all of us were just sitting there, okay, what are you gonna do now? Okay, and I was having this chat with the Newcastle fans. Sandro Tonali will be at his optimum when the rest of the squad comes up to the level. Because they say, right, when he was playing in Newcastle at the time, when their levels were down, right, he was shit too. Yes, so our levels have to come up for him to come up to be the Sandro Tonali that we see at his peak. Yes, at the moment, that's the sad part. And of course, there are a lot of other, what I call, I said, the first half much better than we were at Brentford. Second half, like what Rest says, most probably did. Why were the heads down when they're walking out in the pitch, right?
Okay.
The manager.
There's a couple of things you have to bear in mind, right? De Zerbi's play is based on baiting the press, right?
Yeah.
You want the opposition to commit to their man, you know, to their opposition, and then you play through the press, right? The thing about Van Hecker is this, right? And this idea that he might be a little bit defensively suspect. The key to it is this: when we play out from the back, right? Watch what our defenders do, and watch what Kinski does, and watch what Tonali does, right? Or whoever is occupying that anchor position, right? What they do, they all come together into quite a small rectangle right at the base of the pitch, right? Okay. That gives you the defensive solidity you need, so that if the opposition do press you and win the ball back, you've got plenty of cover to take possession. Then what will happen is that Kinski will play one ball out, someone like Van Hecker. Tonali will peel off to the other side to open a diagonal and potentially drag players with him, right? So then that opens up options for whoever the central defender is who's received that ball. He can either, if Tonali manages to find space and there's a gap, you can get to Tonali and then he uses his engine to move forward. But then you've got the other deep-lying midfielder as another potential, and then even potentially going up to the top of the triangle with that Fernandes was playing yesterday. And that way you can break lines really quickly, right? It's all about grabbing the opposition and doing this with them, just pulling them back and forth, just to stretch, open up play. Van Hecker is excellent at finding those line-breaking passes. I think he was one of the top line-breaking passers in the entire league last season, not just as a defender. It's a tactical plan, and because they've not played with each other that much, misses, it's taking time. And what you said, Eugene, is absolutely right. It will take a few games. It will take some training sessions for them all to start to get up to speed with each other. You know, as I said to you guys, I was fuming at the end of yesterday because I fucking hate Newcastle. I fucking hate Newcastle, right?
Yeah.
They fucking black. Hold on a second. I'm just going to rant a little bit. Those fucking black and white striped shitbags, right, with their fucking Newquay brown ale bollocks, right, standing around with their bellies wobbling everywhere because apparently dressing in clothing is too advanced for the fucking morons, right?
Where's your Robert friend?
Right? Robert was going to watch along with me yesterday. Yeah, and then
it's a good job I wasn't there. I probably would have sat there going like this at him. Right?
But he's not actually a Geordie. He's got a more southern accent than I have.
hello, I'm from Newcastle upon Tyne.
No, he lives in London, so yeah, he lives in London. But guys,
I was fuming yesterday. I was fuming yesterday because of the result, but there's reasons for it, I'll say.
Yeah. No, but there was part of the game, right? I was seeing that our line was so high, right? We were like in the third part of the pitch in their side of the game. And you were talking about Ange playing the high line. We were like, all of 11 players, right, were inside the Newcastle side.
Question for you. How many times did Newcastle manage to break against us?
Not many.
I can count 2, 3, maybe 4.
Yeah.
It wasn't a lot.
Yeah.
It wasn't
a lot,
But,
right?
But there's one time when they broke against us, right? That's when the goal was created, the first goal. That's when they broke against us.
That's the point. The fact that the danger of a high line is the counter, right? Us playing a high line helps a team in attack because it compresses the space, right? The danger to it is you leave yourself vulnerable to being broken against, right? We saw it with Ange. This is the difference between Ange's system and De Zerbi's system. Ange's system did not cater for the ball over the top, and it left huge gaps in the middle of the park. We actually saw that happen once yesterday, where there was a massive amount of space. I can't remember who the Newcastle player was that drove into that space, but it didn't come to anything. But whereas with Ange, masses of space in the midfield, right, that they kept going to, and then whenever we compressed the space, all they would do is just ping one over the top, and we would be fucked.
Yeah.
It didn't and doesn't happen with De Zerbi. It does happen a bit because you play a high line, you're always vulnerable to that, but not to the extent that Ange did, because Ange was tactically naive, right? He basically thought that if you put everything up front, you'll just score enough goals that it doesn't matter what happens at your end of the pitch.
Aussie Ardiles Mark II.
Essentially, basically, yeah. You know, I mean, if there was in football a 0-0-10 formation, right, Ange would fucking use it, right? But there's, again, it's not that the way that we're doing it is wrong or what we're trying to do is wrong. It's just we don't know how to do it properly yet, is the key. So when you say he played a high line, yeah, absolutely he did. But see what the effect was. We didn't get broken against that often. We didn't leave masses of gaps. We didn't become vulnerable to the ball over the top, because although it is playing a high line, if you notice, he's got pacey, he likes pacey wing backs. He's got one very fast defender in there, which obviously Ange did as well. So we can recover from it. We don't have to worry, and yet we've also got the system of being able to get these patterns of play going.
My question is now, right? Do you think that the Newcastle manager actually sussed out De Zerbi's tactics along the way, and he found out that if you do the long ball over the top, right, and you put Elanga with Robertson, right, in that run, right, that's where they've been going down that side most of the game. That's where they took advantage of it. But I know it wasn't many times, but there were. The worst part is that being fans, we only see, you know, when we do the patterns of play and we don't score, to us it still doesn't count because we didn't score. You can see that,
absolutely.
Right? And then when we make those mistakes over on the other side of the pitch, right, it becomes so overglaring. You can see that. So
sure. So I mean,
there is, to a certain extent, I saw yesterday's game is that, like you said, first half, second half, we came out, we were a bit down. I do not know why.
It wasn't down. Level. It just wasn't. It wasn't the same
levels,
intensity, the same level.
I'm not saying the mentally down. I'm saying the levels were down, right?
Yeah.
Or maybe we over pushed in the first half. You get what I'm saying? Maybe he should have made those changes at the halftime, right? Take off a few players, take off Tell, bring on who did he bring on there? He brought on more, right? And then or he could have take off Tell, bring on Solanke, put Marmoush on the left, right, and maintain the same formation, or take off Robertson, right, because he was actually being bullied by Elanga all the time, and bring on.
Do you know what, Eugene? That the thing about it is that it's a case of when we look back with hindsight at some of this stuff, and we say, you know, he should have done this, he should have done that. That's assuming that doing that would have led to a different outcome for which we have no evidence, right?
That's
we don't know if he brought Kudus on at halftime rather than, I think it's 70 minutes or 60 minutes, 65 minutes, whether or not that would have made a difference. Because I didn't actually see any real change in our output when that happened, right? We didn't have a shot on target until the 85th minute, I think it was, right? After in the second half, right? Or something stupid like that. Whereas we had 8 shots, 4 on target in the first half, right? So if that 45 minutes is saying we had the majority of the possession, we had more passes, more touches in the opposition box, more shots on target, everything that is there is like, this seems to be working, right? Now, if you've had that first half, what changes would you make?
No, I would make changes because tell was shit.
No. What changes would you make?
Good.
Tell maybe.
Yeah.
But one player alone is not everything that thing. Although he wasn't getting past his man, I was groaning at the screen thinking, for God's sake, why are you so weak in the tackle? But that said, he did have one of those shots on target, right? He did work the goalkeeper, you know. Do you carry on?
And then with that
momentum?
free kick, he thought he was playing rugby.
Yeah, I know, that was terrible. That was terrible. I thought, what the hell? My God. I think maybe he thought there was a goalkeeper in the International Space Station. He was working that one.
No, he was trying to hit the ball to hit Gabriel's penalty in the Champions League one.
That was still in orbit.
And funnily enough, what's his name? Adebayor's penalty in the Europa League many years ago.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I thought his standing foot slipped as he was taking the shot, to be honest.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Because we see what you can do.
I noticed quite a few people sitting there today. I mean, with all the rain they've had in London in the last week, or the last few days, I thought it was rather strange. They probably watered it as well before the game, and I thought I could see it wasn't quite right. There was plenty of people slipping there.
Yeah, Fernandes fell over a couple of times, didn't he, as well? There was that one time when he was running in the what's it called, on the right channel, and he was about to put a cross in, and there were players in the box ready waiting for him, and he slipped, and the ball just went flying off for a goal kick instead.
Yeah.
We've been having that kind of problem in our stadium, right? Our players keep sitting all over the place for so many seasons, right? Now, but
different studs, different things. You know, get used to it. It's all explicable. It's all explainable.
I was disappointed with Chelsea yesterday. As Rez says, you know, he wasn't beating his players enough. He was running into trouble. We're not getting the crosses in. All the fancy fit work. He got through a few times, but many times he didn't, and that's a letdown, really.
That's the only thing. That's the only real change you could argue that, you know, could have been made would be to have replaced Tell at halftime. But you know what it is, guys. A manager's got to take into consideration the morale of the player himself. Yeah. You know, do you send a signal to the player to say you've been utter shit, so I'm replacing you at halftime, and then risk the problems that could bring about? You know, for better or worse, I think Moore is off. Moore will be going to Germany at some point in the next couple of days, and I hope that he gets plenty of game time, because that boy has got skills. Yeah, right. Definitely. When he develops, that boy is going to be something. He's going to be mustard, I promise.
No, he just needs work on his head. I think he needs work on his decision making.
His haircut or his head?
Both, actually.
Well, I thought the haircut was blinding, mate. To be honest, yeah. I've asked him which wig maker he uses. So.
You can see 3 jealous people on his screen.
Yeah. That's right. That's right. Yeah. We're criticizing Mikey Moore on his football, not on his hair.
Or his head.
Suits you, sir.
Suits you. But yeah, so Mikey Moore's gone. You know, you've got Marmoush now potentially. You've got Savio can play on the left. We've got Kudus. Thank God he is back. Thank God he is back. We've needed, now that Savio's here as well, that's potentially one. Marmoush. We need wingers that turn back as well. Pants brown. That's what we need, right? So yeah, it's good that they're back. But yeah, it will take time. Tell he's in a way, he's sort of like gone from one of our most potent attacking threats to now our weakest in sort of since last season, because we had nothing last season. This season he's gonna have to improve his game, right? This is metal sharpening metal, right?
Yeah.
If he can't hack it, I can see him leaving. I can see players like Maddison leaving, right?
Yeah.
Whereas last season we were in grief because he wasn't there, because
I would not be opposed to that.
No.
Would
Right.
not be opposed to Maddison leaving at all. I don't think he's fit enough. I mean, he seems great in the dressing room, etc.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need that in the dressing room as well, but we need it on the pitch.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to ask, do you think that Tell will make it with us? Because he's split opinions massively. Shit. Yeah, I know. Yeah. I wasn't going to count you on this one, Eugene, because all I hear was,
do you know,
Tell
right?
on the ball, don't bozo it, Tell your shit.
You know how many times I said Tell was shit yesterday on the
Yes,
live?
I know. I was listening,
Yeah.
mate. I was listening.
Yeah.
Pre-recorded.
And he said, right? And I do it on Twitter. Anybody talks about Tell on Twitter or X, right? I just put at the bottom, Tell is shit. That's all.
I don't see it. I don't see a long-term future for
No.
it.
I was underwhelmed with him when he came, and it hasn't got a lot better, to be honest.
Hasn't, has it?
He carried so much promise.
Yeah, I never wanted him here in the first place, right? Because he reminded me of Timo Werner. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
But Timo Werner was a little bit better.
The thing you got to bear in mind about Tell is that he was getting a lot of game time with Bayern, and he was doing very well. And it was weirdly Kane's arrival that started to limit his opportunities.
Oh, really?
So we don't know. We think he's just could be a confidence thing. He could just be that he's one of those players that seems really good at a young age. You remember, he's only 20, or 21, something like that.
2021, I think. Yeah.
21. Yeah, you can take a punt on a player and hope that he'll do well. I mean, look, I just sang the praises of Mikey
21.
Moore. Oh, thank you.
Hi, Kim.
Cheers.
Hey, big up, Kim.
Hi guys.
All right, Kim. EPMD, nice.
Yeah, representing the old school.
Absolutely. See, my girl got styles.
One of the finest rap
No, but guys,
duos
to tell the truth,
ever.
right? We know that our fan base is very bipolar. Yes, the pendulum swings way back and forth.
Not
Right.
bipolar. We're psychotic.
Apart from that, yeah.
At least bipolar people have periods of like
Being happy.
activity. Yeah. We're just sat there as Spurs fans. We're just if someone said draw a picture of the entirety of the Spurs fan base in one person, it will basically be a wasted, emaciated person sat in the corner, clutching their knees, rocking back and forth, crying.
You aren't far wrong there.
I have to say, Rez, I'm very surprised. I didn't know that Tell actually played that much for Bayern.
Yeah.
23-24, he played 41 games, scored 10 goals and 6 assists.
So that's the
not
sort of
bad.
output.
That's like when he was 18.
If he was giving us that kind of output, would we be complaining about him? I mean, we probably would, but we wouldn't be justified in it. He's not replicated that early promise for us, so it has questions over his ceiling, as to whether or not he has the ability to replicate that as he's now in the toughest league in the world. So yeah, he again, it's like with Werner, right? You compared him to Timo Werner. Timo Werner, you got to bear in mind, was absolutely on fire for Leipzig, was it, before he moved to Chelsea?
Yeah.
He was scoring goals for fun, and what did we see from Timo Werner when he was at Chelsea and when he came and played for us, and also with Leipzig afterwards? It was almost like he could put the ball anywhere except in that fucking rectangle, right?
Yeah.
Why? How does that happen? How does that happen to a player? It happens.
Yeah.
The key here is not to have a go at the player for not replicating it. It's just to say, you know what, he can't do it. Let's move on.
Yeah, he's not built for our side. I'd like to ask something as well. Robertson started again yesterday when Udogie is fit. Do you think that Robertson is now first choice? No?
I think so.
Yeah.
The doggy, he was quite impressive when he came on. Looked strong.
Yeah, but do you think that Robertson will be first choice or Udogie will be first choice?
I think your doggy will be,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Udogie should be. Yeah, go ahead, Kev.
Yeah, I think Robinson's come here knowing he's a backup, to be honest. I think, easy life, nice few quid.
Oh, I don't.
Standing here and
he's still giving it all, isn't he? I think he's been.
He's one of the players that will do. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's been one of our more impressive players over the last 3 or 4 games. But Udogie, that's the problem again, isn't it? We don't have cover because Udogie's going to be injured for half the season like he always is. I mean, it's just, and then
we do have cover. We got Ben Davies.
Yeah.
Do not put Ben Davis's name in your mouth.
Oi!
I love
no,
Gentle
no,
Ben.
no.
I always have loved Gentle Ben.
Yeah.
No, but
You
guys,
better recognise.
Yeah, but what Jens is saying, right? The thing is that Udogie should be the first choice, right? But what I see, what Zerbi is doing now, he's not rushing those players back, right? He's playing it cool. He wants those players to actually come back and be there long term, because we've done this for so many seasons, from I think ever since I think from Poch to Jose to Conte to even Ange and all that. We are always strapped without the proper players, and every time when they are 80% ready, we throw them on the pitch, and then they are back injured again. So I think we will see Robertson still be in the starting 11 as it goes on, and maybe around 8 or 9, 10 games along the way when Udogie picks himself up, then he will have a proper run. The same with Kudus. I don't see Kudus coming in straight away.
No.
Yes, maybe that's
He
why
looked
he
rusty
didn't start.
yesterday. He looked rusty
And
yesterday.
that's why maybe De Zerbi didn't start him at the halftime, right? Because if we put him out at halftime, he had to run 45 minutes. We might aggravate his injury again. So he's slowly, bringing these players back into the game, into the squad, understanding the way he needs to play. So, and right, we are Spurs, and we have got this PTSD of our injury curse and all that. So let's hope he gets that right, and from there, and slowly build on to something that we actually need. And I need a Premier League trophy. That's all.
Did you guys read any of Vinay's statement yesterday?
Okay.
I looked at it and I thought, you know what? I'm going to go and watch paint dry.
Do you know what? There was some interesting stuff in there. I had
really?
that sort of reaction as well. It's sort of like, oh, for fuck's sake. But in it, he said that there's been a root and stem overhaul of the performance department, and specifically the medical department as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's something that we've needed
For a long
but
time.
it also goes back to, I mean, the whole. This is why I kept when we were doing badly last season and people were going fucking Enoch, fucking Enoch, fucking Enoch. It was like, it's not the same Enoch, guys. It's different people. And they said at the end of the season, actions speak louder than words. 8 new players, £400 million commitment to spend. That's not the Enoch of old. But the Enoch of old, well, that's what Levy did was always. That's good enough, right? Yeah. He never said what is it that we really want, to win and get that. It was like
Brian Nelson, Louis Zaha. Come on.
I was just about to mention exactly that, right? Exactly that. When we were on a title charge, a potential outsider chance title charge, right? Redknapp went to him. I've forgotten who the players he wanted.
Gary Cahill
That's
and,
it, and
I can't remember who the forward was.
Fraser Campbell for Berbatov, yeah, was it?
Yes, no. This was.
Yeah.
It
No,
was
but he
the
wanted-
winter window. It was the winter window.
Yeah.
The American guy, what's his name?
Oh.
I think his name now.
Not Clint Dempsey. No, we got him in the summer. Oh
American
God.
guy. Oh, I can't remember.
Anyway, we instead of getting these great Tevez, it was Tevez. That's who it was.
Yes.
He wanted Cahill and Tevez, and instead of getting Cahill and Tevez, we went and got Ryan Nelson and Louis Saha. Right now, Saha wasn't actually that bad for us, but he wasn't Tevez, right? Because I think
And
Tevez
Nelson wasn't Cahill.
and Nelson certainly wasn't Gary Cahill. I think. Do you know what? I think Ryan Nelson's still playing football, right? He must be like 90 or something.
No.
Like that.
Okay, hold on. Isn't Ryan Nelson from New Zealand?
Yes, he is, yeah.
I think he was, yeah.
Didn't he play for New Zealand when they were at the World Cup or something in South
Cup.
Africa?
Yeah, I think so.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Although
believe so.
that was
I didn't actually think he was that bad. I thought
no,
he was
wasn't.
half decent, but he wasn't Gary Cahill.
He wasn't Gary Cahill. So you know, that's the cost now. Is that everyone wants to talk about what do you keep hearing from the trolls online? Oh, 2 17th place finishes, right?
You're
It's
not
like-
from Aston by any chance, are you?
Yeah, that's it. You know, 2-7. I mean, it's not just the Aston pricks either.
No, that's
right.
true.
You know, it's 2 17th place finishes, as if that is the encapsulation of what we are as a club. And it's like, you're so far off, you're so completely brain dead, right? That you don't actually look at the overall pattern. You know, Spurs have always had this financial muscle, we just never flexed it. Now that we have, it's going to take time to adjust to the new paradigm, ultimately. So I sound like a fucking management consultant. Yes, you need to adjust to the new paradigm. You know, but it takes time to adjust. All of this is teething problems. As I said, I was furious yesterday because I fucking hate Newcastle. But yeah, looking back on it with a reasoned eye, we've had real shit for 25 years. Now that the poison dwarf has finally fucked off, right? Which, you know, we shouldn't even be thinking of him if it wasn't for the likes of fucking Simon Jordan wanting to fillet him every time he's on bloody TalkSport, it seems, right? I just think to myself, look, Simon, if you want some of his money, just ask for it. And if it really is a bromance and you are desperately, passionately wanting to insert something in Daniel Levy or vice versa, just again, call him up and don't inflict it on us, you know?
I was talking to my dad the other day, and he said, "Oh, I hear that something's going on. Something's not going well at your club." And I was like, "What?" He said, "Oh, yeah. Apparently, someone's trying to buy Daniel Levy's shares, and it's not going well." I haven't heard anything about that, apart from about 6 or 7 months ago. Now, my old man is 81, so it's very possible that it was something that he picked up from before. But is there anything new going on there? No.
No, I haven't seen anything anyway. But yeah,
Never heard
it's
anything.
high finance. High
Back on the
finance.
last
You know,
one.
they'll do little closed doors discussions and lawyers and accountants.
As we know, right? Levy will want, you know, the person will come and offer him 500 million pounds. He will want 600 million. Then he'll go back. He'll go back and forth for another 25 years before he sells his share.
Yeah. He'll the buyer will offer him market value, and Levy will want, you know, to just push the deal to something.
Living premium, yeah.
Yeah. Brilliant stuff. Yeah. No, he's
No more news from there, right? Because the last time was it Amanda Stavely trying to set up a consortium of Southeast Asian and Asian buyers or something like that. That's what last time.
No, it's we've got to realize. I mean, again, I've got. It's not me sort of saying I'm brilliant, although I am. No.
Well, we already knew that, mate. I mean,
no. But I told you about this. I want to do some documentary films for YouTube and stuff about football, and I've been doing research, and you see the patterns. You know, we are. I'm hoping that what we're doing now is sort of what Man United did in the sort of. They started the process probably early 90s. In as much as they looked after the key aspects of generating money so that they could go out and restructure the club and go back to being what they were, right? You can't deny that Man United are a giant of English football and were before Alex Ferguson came about. They just went through a period of, you know, a really difficult period that actually stretched probably the better part of 15 years, I would argue. I think they had an amazing opportunity when Tommy Docherty was their manager. And he sort of restructured. You should have seen, I mean, like, Docherty was appointed after Man United travelled down to Selhurst Park and got beaten 5-0 by Crystal Palace, right? This was a side that still had Bobby Charlton, Dennis Law and George Best in it, right? Right? Only I think it was like 6 years before, they'd won the European Cup, right? The first English team to win the European Cup. You know, they were titanic. And then, you know, that happened. They went down. They got relegated in the
74, I think.
Yeah,
I think 73, 74, something like that.
That's right.
Just before us, yeah.
Just before us. You know, went down, came straight back up as second division champions, got to the FA Cup final where everyone expected them to win. Southampton somehow beat them. And then the next year went to the FA Cup final again and beat Liverpool. And it was all just like coming together for them. And then Tommy Docherty had that thing and, you know, he was sacked and all that stuff. And they had Dave Sexton and people like Ron Atkinson, and none of them could get that club back up and running again. And then in the background,
in the occasional trophy here and there, you know, they beat Palace. I think they beat them in the cup, and
that's right.
There's a few along the way that were winning.
There were a few along the way, but nothing like
nothing in the league. Nothing in the league. No.
You know, it was all Liverpool for the 70s, and then in the 80s it was like Liverpool and Everton and Forest at the beginning that were sort of like the ones doing it. And everyone was sort of saying, "What has happened to this giant club?" But what they did very quietly in the background, they went and they sorted out their commercial ventures. I tell the story all the time. I forget the guy's name. Went and poached our commercial director, Spurs' commercial, you know, head, who had gone to the Spurs board repeatedly to say, do these things. If you do these things, it will generate so much money for the club. Was
that during the Wales time or?
No, that was during Scholars' time.
Scholars' time. Okay.
During Scholars' time. And this guy, he was working out of an office that was essentially a broom cupboard. It was smaller than this room, right? Much smaller than this room, because Spurs at the time were the biggest commercial revenue generating club in the country. So the board sat on its laurels, rested on its laurels, and thought, we don't need to do this. We don't need to worry about this. This guy was coming to them with ideas. I don't know how it came about, but I think not Louis Edwards, Martin Edwards, met the guy and talked about his guy's ideas and basically convinced him to come up to Old Trafford. He went there, implemented all of these ideas that he'd been trying to get Spurs to implement over all the time. And the juggernaut that was Manchester United's commercial thing began in the 90s. That's what allowed, and then, you know, they got rid of Ron Atkinson, brought Alex Ferguson in. He had that period of time where he wasn't doing much. You know, he was on the verge of getting the sack. And then just clicked.
Hughes came in and saved him.
Exactly, you know, and then it all clicked, and they had the financial muscle, they had the managerial muscle, they had the players on the pitch, and it all came about, and they dominated English football in the 90s.
Oh, don't forget, they had their youth academy.
And their youth academy, yeah, exactly. Look,
as Alan Hansen said, you'll never win nothing with kids.
Nothing with kids. But look at what we're doing at Spurs. Look at what we're doing. We've got the commercial side sorted out. We look like we've got a manager who knows what he's doing. We're getting the players in, you know. everything might be coming together. I'm not saying that because it happened for Man United, it will happen for Spurs. But it's just, these are things that are the right things to do to wake a giant club. And we are, no matter what anyone wants to say, a giant club. We are one of the top 10 most supported clubs around the world in terms of members and fans. We are one of the top 10 when it comes to generating revenue, in generating profit, if you want to call it that. We are one of the, we're sixth most successful English club throughout history. You know, we are giant, and it was just, we were acting like pygmies under the pygmy that is now pissed off. You know, but it's just time. That
I have a question here. Yeah, if that's the case, why does Dean from Birmingham say that we're a tin pot little club on Twitter?
Well, you know, Dean. This is the thing about Dean, right? You gotta feel some sympathy for him, right? Because Dean has a very small penis, right? And
he did show it to me the other day. I agree. Yeah. So.
Yeah, and additionally, he only got, I think at last count, scientists racked it down at 14 brain cells. But obviously, the problem that he's got is that because of all the genetic mutations, right, not all 14 can work at the same time. Yeah,
one's up here, the other one's here.
That's right.
The other one's here.
That's it. You know, and obviously, you know, when he tries to do very, very complex tasks like breathing, right? You know, a lot of those brain cells are sort of being used, you know.
Oh, okay.
So thoughts and rational thinking and you know, coherent discussion, it's got to be sort of like a little cue system. So inside his skull, it's sort of like brain cell number 4, please. So
anyway,
that, yeah.
Thoughts and prayers to Dean.
Yeah.
So.
Because he doesn't have any of his own, so obviously we need to supply him with some. Yeah.
I'd like to quickly talk about the youth team, the under 18s. I don't know if any of you guys follow them, but
no.
Let's have a look at their first 3 matches of the season. 6-1 at home to Reading, 6-1 away to Norwich, and yesterday it was 8-2 at home to Birmingham.
Nice.
A guy called Oliver Boast, who we signed him from, I think it might have been City or something. He's got 6 goals already.
Nice.
Yeah.
It does look very exciting. We've also got this guy in the under 16s called Houghton Sinclair.
Oh my God!
They are that he's I think he's 15 years old. He scored for England under 16s the other day, and they're already talking about him being the next Glenn Hoddle, which, you know, as you do. But they're already talking about giving him a professional contract.
Brilliant.
I mean, he's 15 years old, so. It does actually look quite bright for the youth teams. I mean, I know everyone, well, not everyone, but I always get, why did we sell him? And then I realize, you know, we can't have all of these youth team players in our squad when they come up. But yeah, we've nurtured them. They come up, they play good football, and then we sell them off and we make a bit of money. It's like, look at Will Langshire. He's, I think, half of Middlesbrough would be willing to get on their knees for that guy.
Yeah, and the girls as well.
Well, I'm sorry, that's Newcastle.
No, listen. They don't have girls in Newcastle. They've just got slightly less masculine men.
Okay. Yeah. Well, to be honest, my grandfather's from Middlesbrough. I never met him, unfortunately.
No.
But so I've always had a soft spot for that place. Right. So
No, I mean,
we're
listen,
actually-
the youth academy. Yeah, you were saying about Will Lancashire, Jens. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. You're right. Absolutely. Yeah, look, I'll ask you this, right? Who's Man City's academy product?
Phil Foden.
Phil Foden.
You're talking about
O'Reilly.
City.
O'Reilly.
O'Reilly.
Nico O'Reilly.
Nico O'Reilly.
A few of them around, right? What's the guy's name? The plays for
Who are Liverpool's recent
Pele.
thing? Pele. Yeah, Pele was a Mancunian. Yeah,
Of course he was. Did you hear his accent?
of course, absolutely. All
And
the
I
time.
calm down, calm
Ah,
down.
That's Liverpool. No,
Some man that went down to Chelsea, wasn't he, academy?
Oh yeah, Palmer.
Palmer, yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
who's Liverpool's academy product? Like recent ones?
Bradley.
Yeah, Trent
Jones.
Alexander-Arnold.
Yeah.
Right.
Jones.
Yeah. So if I asked you
Elliot.
to name the big club's youth academy products, right? You know that
1 minute.
established themselves. Yeah. If they establish themselves, we could name maybe 10 players, something like that, right? From a league, 20 teams, about 400 players, right? So it happens to everyone, right? We get players come through.
Yeah.
I've got two dogs fighting here. Hang on.
Yeah. Oh dear. But what will happen? Will Lancashire will
Careful, Kev.
watch
Yeah.
out.
Careful.
Just hear in the background.
You don't want to get in between dogs
Hanging on
fighting,
each
mate.
other's collars going.
Yeah. It comes on all dishevelled and stuff. It's all right. I got them.
Yeah, it's all right. Yeah, their heads are on the wall now.
See that?
Oh bloody hell!
Bloody
Kev.
hell.
What the hell have they been
Whoa.
doing to you?
They just jump on me.
Oh dear Lord.
It's playful.
It's playful.
Yeah.
I'd hate to see them when they're not playful, Kev.
Yeah. Well, do you know what? At
If I
least
go to
his
the
house
doctor,
is
think I'm a
secure.
cutter.
Oh dear. At least his house is secure.
Don't come in here.
You know what? I think we should go and rob that place over there. No, he's got those dogs. Forget
Don't
about it.
fucking do it.
Don't do it. Listen, I value my testicles.
Fuck me. Shall I go? I think I need to go.
Why?
No, not again.
Want me to bail
Kev.
out? It's mad.
No.
No, it's all right,
I'm
mate.
gonna
We can't
tear
hear
up.
anything. It's fine.
No?
No,
Much.
Don't hear anything.
Carry on. Carry
I
on.
was just saying with the youth academy. So,
Yeah.
Will Lancashire will sell him on, but do you know what? He will potentially play really well for Middlesbrough, and then another club will come in for him and sign.
And then
him.
we get money because we've got.
Not
sell-on
that.
clause.
It's actually not even if we had a sell-on clause. What I will say is this: we will eventually buy someone else's youth academy product, right? Yeah, it's probably better if we get them from ourselves, but as long as it's one or two, Kane was a youth academy product, right? Mikey Moore, if he goes up on loan, comes back, we
Ledley
get
King.
Raquel, Ledley King, we've had our share of them. Glenn
Steve
Hoddle was
Perryman,
Steve
Glenn
Perryman.
Hoddle.
Yeah, so yeah, it's better it's great if you can do that. If you can discover a talent, nurture him, it comes along at just the right point where a space opens up for them in the first team, and they come and they build a legacy.
It's all about
Fantastic.
luck, isn't it? It's all
Yeah.
about luck. Yeah.
But we're not missing out. It's the same like with Berrival. At first, when Berrival said he wanted to leave, I was really disappointed. I thought, oh no, this guy's a real prospect for the future. If we keep him and develop him, this guy could be a world beater. Then I started thinking about it. And I thought, he's one player, and there'll be another, world beater that we can go out and buy, because we're not Burnley. No disrespect to Burnley, although fuck them because they're opposition. We're not like Wolves or anything like that, where we have to worry about having the money, right? We will have the money to be able to buy those players if it comes to it. If we can't produce it ourselves, we should concentrate on our youth, get it going, bring people through if we can, yes, but it's not the be all and end all. So Will Lancashire, I would have loved to have seen him in a Spurs shirt and do as well as he's doing for Middlesbrough. best of luck to him. I wish him nothing but the best in his career. But we're not missing out, guys.
Yeah.
And Berryval's Swedish anyway, so yeah. You can...
To tell the truth, right? If we are in Europe, then a certain other kind of requirements are needed, right? Because in Europe, you do need your home academy.
Sure.
In the sport.
Yeah, and we'll worry about that when it becomes a problem.
Yeah. But we wanted to take a season off, Eugene. So just have a bit of a rest. One game a week.
We still got Brandon Austin, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
There you go.
And have you seen? We've just signed some 23-year-old from Oxford, Stansbridge or something like that. 22-year-old who's going to play in the under-21s.
Excellent.
And I was like, okay. And then someone said, "Oh, he looks like he's a training goalkeeper." I was like, "He's 22 years old. How can he?"
Wow. I'll tell you what, he's no Ben Anik.
Ben R.I.P.
Yeah.
But yeah, seriously, that bloke. Oh no, sorry, that was Martin Fulham. Apologies.
Martin Fulham.
Yeah. Martin Fulham when he was playing for West Brom when he decided to let 2 or 3 Gooner goals in.
Right.
Yep.
So,
Twat.
No, Ben Anik, he was another strange signing, wasn't he? Because wasn't he playing for Sunderland or something like that?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
He wasn't great, but I'm surprised that Austin is still there. Because from what I've seen, he's not a bad goalkeeper.
No, he's not.
I think he could go elsewhere, maybe Championship, League One, and be number one.
How old is he now?
26, I think.
27, 27.
Really? Something like that. Yeah, let me look him up.
No idea.
Yeah, so he's a couple of years older than me. So
that's right. He's a decade older than Kev.
Easily.
Yeah. 27. He's 27.
27.
Yeah, I thought it was far wrong.
Yeah, that's all right. No, I mean, listen. I think if he's happy being where he is, right,
fair enough. Yeah.
Fair play to him. He's getting money. He has to train, which I'm sure he doesn't have a problem with, and he's there if he needs. And we've used him. Do you remember? I think it was under Postecoglou where we lost both Vicario and it wasn't Kinski at the time, was it? It was someone else that we'd lost. Foster, that's right. Yeah. And then Austin came in and he did all right. It was against Newcastle, actually, I think it was.
Yes. Yeah.
And he did all right. Good for him. Good on you, Brandon. You money for old rope, mate. Money for old rope.
Yeah. Big up.
Yeah.
Okay then, guys. We come to an hour and 10 almost. So what are our thoughts for next weekend? Nottingham Forest. It's away, isn't it?
It is,
yeah. Grudge match, another evening kickoff.
Yeah.
Isn't it? I think.
Yeah. Is it? No, it's 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock.
Oh, is it? That's the only one that's not an evening kickoff. Sorry, I beg your pardon. Is it?
It's like everybody will be really happy because it's 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
I'll be happy too. Yeah.
I just hope we win. And just sit Eugene on those evening days with the matchsticks and his eyelids.
It's 3 o'clock.
Sleep.
So their first few games, they lost to Leeds, but they drew with Liverpool.
Yeah.
Lost to Leeds at home. Okay.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
What do we reckon? Do we reckon Savio will be back from his muscle fatigue, or is he out for the season?
No. No, he's not just out for the season. He's got a career-ending muscle fatigue injury.
Which gets better just as his contract ends and then he goes off and plays.
He plays 19 seasons for Arsenal or something.
Ryan Sessegnon, remember?
Yeah. Oh yeah, look, all the injuries have disappeared for Ryan all of a sudden. He's putting in the performances. Who is it? Where is he at the moment? Is he still at Fulham?
Fulham. Yeah, he's gone back to
Fulham.
Fulham.
Still at Fulham?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's been playing as well.
Yeah, he's been playing regularly. But
Oh,
this
right.
is so right.
Ridiculous.
Last season, he was playing regularly for Fulham. Last season.
Did he not score against us? I can't remember.
Yes, he did. Yeah,
Yeah.
he did score against us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, tell the truth, right? The Nottingham Forest game, I don't know what to say because I see it as like this now, right? We have to see what Zerbi puts up at the lineup again of first 11 that goes out. If Savio is back, and then we got Kudos, as his backup, right? If Savio can't do the full 90 with his muscle fatigue, right? Then at least Kudos can come in to cover that part. The only thing is that will we see the changes, right? Not having Tel on the left, actually having Marmoush on the left and playing Solanke up front. That's what I want to see, right? And to tell the truth, I want Porro to be at right back and not Archie Gray. That's all I can say.
Definitely.
And our back four will be Porro. I think Van Heck and Van der Ven still needs a bit of time and understanding because, if I'm not mistaken, because Van der Ven plays on the left back.
Yeah, for the Dutch team, yeah.
For a Dutch team, right? And Van Heck plays, I'm not sure whether right or left.
No, he's centre back for the Dutch team.
He's centre back on the left.
Him
right.
and what's his name, Van Dijk.
Van Dijk, right?
Centre back.
So that's the only thing. And then comes down to the question whether it's Robertson or Udogi, right? So at the moment, I still think it will be Robertson because we've been talking about Udogi and injuries and all that.
Yeah.
In midfield, he should still start with Tonali and I don't know. There's a model there. We don't have a 10 now, right? Because Madison ain't coming back. But Fernandez looks good, but he's not a 10.
He's
right?
not a 10, but he did a decent job.
Yeah,
he did
a decent job, yeah. So
and against Charlton.
Yeah. And Fernandez and Gallagher, they're both not 10s, so we don't have a 10. Maybe he needs to rejiggle the system a bit.
The problem, no. Again, that would be disaster. That would be absolute disaster right now because he's trying to implement on a squad that isn't familiar with it his system. If he changes tack right now, this is exactly what did for Thomas Frank, right?
Yeah.
Thomas Frank was actually doing okay at the start, right? He got decent points return.
Oh, he beat
Then for some reason, it might have been fan pressure, it might have been some injury problem. He rejigged the system and the whole thing fell apart, right? It was one of the things that did for him. If De Zerbi does that right now, he confuses his squad because it's like, say you're learning, I don't know, maths, right? And then halfway through, the teacher starts teaching you English, right? It's like, what the fuck am I learning here, right? Whatever the results are, whatever the pain that we have to suffer, we've got to go through this. I hate to use the phrase, trust the process. We've got to allow this team to gel into the fundamental system that De Zerbi wants to play. Then he can tweak it and change it and stuff like that. I think a lot of the time where you see this, I reckon you'll get your wish. I reckon you will see Marmoush out on the left next game with Solanke up front, right? Not because that's necessarily a better lineup, but it's because Marmoush played centre forward this game. We want to see what he does on the left. We'll have Savio out on the right. You know, Fernandes, you never know. You might see Fernandes drop down into the pivot and he might put Bentancur up at number 10. Not that that's necessarily a good thing. But
or Bergvall.
Or Bergvall. You never know.
You've got to keep Bentancur back in the midfield.
Yeah,
that guy,
agreed. That's where he plays best.
I really think that not enough is said about Bentancur. The way that he plays, and if he plays well, we usually play well. Okay.
That's true.
Yesterday wasn't really the case, but that guy is just his little touches, and he's just so cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't see him playing at number 10. But
but that's the thing. I think what I said last week. I said we'll go through this season in which we will, at some point give someone a drubbing and then lose the next game, right? And I said that before the Charlton game. Right?
Welcome to Tottenham. This is what we've been like for years.
Yeah, no, but the reason that we're like that now is because we're in transition, right? I mean, you could argue for the last 25 years we've been in a state of constant fucking transition, you know. But you know, we're in a transitional season, so you'll get these great results, and everyone will go, "Way, it's all working brilliantly now," which is exactly what you saw from the online community after the Charlton game. It's like, "Yeah, Spurs are back." And then it's like, yes, they are.
This is Charlton.
Yeah, and then
no disrespect, Guy, if you're watching, but they are shit.
Yeah, but then again, But then again, you know, happened with Newcastle. It will happen again this season. We'll go out there, we'll beat someone convincingly. It'll be a really, really good performance, and then the next game it'll be completely different. And we'll see these weird, not necessarily weird, but we'll see these unexpected lineups. It's going to happen. You know, that's what I mean about managing our own expectations. We shouldn't expect a settled lineup. We shouldn't expect consistent results. That is not for this season. My only hope is that we get those good results at the right times that help us to win something, you know, win a little trophy. But if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen.
Rest, what about our defensive frailties at the moment, right? Do you think he will just pick it up a bit, maybe put Senesi in there?
I doubt it. I believe that his number one defensive pairing is Van Hecke and Van der Ven, and so he's going to play them at every opportunity because you guys, everyone knows, you know, one of the keys to it is having a central defensive partnership that knows each other's games inside out. The only way you get that is playing games. You know, so I think we won't see much. We won't see a huge amount of Senesi this season. I think he knows he's 29. You know, he's not at the end of his career. This is probably the peak of his career, but I think Senesi knows that he's there as backup to the main pairing, which is Van der Ven and Van Hecke.
So that must have been because he was player of the season at Bournemouth. Last year.
Player of the season.
Okay, sorry. So would you really want? Okay, the wages are probably better at Tottenham, but would you really, at that age, when you've just played in a World Cup, would you really want to come and be backup
for this season? For this season, I think that the aim is to get into Europe. Next season, if we're in Europe, there are a lot.
Yeah, he'll play a lot more.
And he'll play a lot more.
Yeah,
he's wise enough. He's got the wisdom that some of the other players who are worried about game time don't seem to have about this season. Like, I want to play. It's like, wait until next season. Help us get there, and we'll have plenty of game time.
Rest, don't worry, he will get his chance, right? Because we are so injury prone.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's why I want to keep Danzo.
Yeah, I'd love to keep Danzo. I would love to keep
Danzo. Something you mentioned there, Rez, Tonali. Now on the watch along yesterday and last week as well, all I kept hearing was he's 100 million. What the fuck was that pass? He really doesn't look comfortable. His passing has been awful.
For now,
it's a lot of money. But Kev, what do you think? Sorry.
Yeah.
Kev, what do you think?
I thought he's fairly decent. It's just not coming off at the moment. It will come off. I'm sure it will. Yeah. He covers a lot of ground and he has to do a lot with it as well. You know, it will come. I'm sure it will. I really do think so.
Yeah. Okay.
It's conditioning. I think, you know, he didn't play in Charlton, and Zerbi said it's because he was on a fitness thing. I think his fitness needs work.
Okay.
You know, I actually think that what he might be suffering from is that moustache is weighing him down a bit. You know, that big black moustache is just like, you know, and so he's got to train his upper back and shoulders just to lift his head because of the weight of the moustache.
Zapata moustache, isn't it? So.
That's right. Yeah.
I think it just looks like a
I tell you what, talking about moustaches.
Talking
about moustaches, is it me or did Walter Mendy or whatever his fucking name is look like he was trying to rock a 70s porn star look yesterday? Did you guys see him?
Who's that?
The tall beanpole.
Yeah.
Oh yes, yeah.
He looked like a 70s Danish porn star. Not that I know what that looks like, right?
White Dave.
Ba-dum, bum, ba-dum.
I half expected him. I half expected him to go up to Kinski and say, "I'm here to fix the boiler."
I've come to fix the plumbing.
Guys, on Tonali, right? I already said, right? Just yesterday, I was talking to the Newcastle fans. They were saying this: he needs the players around him to go up a level. Then you will see him at that level. Yes, you know. So at the moment now, I think conditioning and the rest of the players around need that cohesiveness. You know, like what Lizerby keeps saying, we need a team. You know, a team, right? Yeah. So let's hope he finds his team, right, in the players that he has, right? So that's all I can say for Tonali is that, like most of the rest of the players that we have, right, they need the time to understand each other.
Right. So you know, who did he have at Newcastle though? Who?
Bruno.
Guimaraes.
Yeah.
And then
it's not all doom and gloom because we had 2 cleared off the line yesterday as well. And if one of them had gone in, it'd been a totally different game, you know.
Their goalkeeper had a blinder as well. Yeah. He did make some good saves. What is it about fucking Newcastle goalkeepers and having a blinder against Tottenham? Thank you. I fucking hate that.
Jens, we've got one in our squad now. The
The only reason should have played him. We bought him. The only reason we bought him is so he couldn't have a blinder against us.
Again.
Oh, bloody hell.
They are a bit of a bogey team for us. They always have been. They always have been.
One of their goals was a fluke anyway, and I just knew Madueke was going to score the other one, whatever happened. So,
do you know the one that? Do you know what really got me was last week against Brentford when was it Brentford when fucking Callum Wilson came on?
Yeah,
he was, and I thought, he's going to score against us again, isn't he?
I was like, seriously, we can't get rid of this guy.
Yeah.
He's played for Newcastle, he's played for West Ham, he's played for fucking Brentford now. And it's like, he's coming on, I'm just like, oh, Christ.
I know, give it up.
Cora
was having a bit of a ding-dong after the game as well, wasn't he?
Was he?
Okay. He's one of the players was taking the piss out of him, one of the new players.
Oh, yeah, I can't remember.
He was laughing at him, and he said, "What are you laughing at?" Something like that. And he said, "Well, you lost again, like and all that, and giving it large, And
Porro should have said, "Well, I just won the World Cup, mate.
I just won the World Cup. Yeah, so, exactly.
Will you ever win the World Cup? I don't think so. You'll make a few substitution appearances for Newcastle, and then go back into obscurity."
Exactly. Yeah. You've won fuck all, and you're going to win fuck all in your career. Whereas we actually have some ambition. So if beating us gives you some pleasure, helps you sleep at night, Callum, good for you, mate.
It does make me laugh with Newcastle how big they think they are just because of Kevin Keegan and Alan Shearer.
Yeah.
What was it? How many years was it before they won the League Cup? It was 70 years. Since they won a
year old gone, 55. Yeah, 55 to 25.
How does that work?
That's it.
Well, I suppose as you said with Dean from Villa, there's 20,
That's it. There is that. That's the thing. I mean, the thing is that the thug of Newcastle brown ale fumes, right, has a degenerative impact on neuronic behavior. Not neurotic, neuronic, the brain cells, right? So this is the thing. What you notice actually is that roundabout Gateshead, right? As soon as a Geordie drives out of Gateshead, right, you can actually notice that the light comes on behind their eyes a lot of the time, right? This is the problem. I don't know if you've noticed, right? When Newcastle fans go away, right, they've actually got handlers, right, to sort of like round them up and make sure they get on the train, because they know that if they stay outside of Newcastle for too long, their brains start working and they realize the choices they've made in their lives, right? And if they weren't rounded up and sent back to Newcastle, Newcastle wouldn't have any fans because they'd realize what the fuck they were doing and stay away. Yeah?
This does remind me of a story when I was on holiday in Malia with a few of my mates. And we'd had a fair bit to drink, and we stumbled into this bar, and there was a load of Toooooonnnnn fans there, obviously with their shirts on. And my mate
Had shirts on? What was it? Was it minus 40 or something? Sorry,
it was Malia, mate. It was Crete. It was lovely. So my mate walks up, and they start talking. My mate's a Watford fan. They start talking football, and my mate goes, "Oh, he's really drunk," and he said, "I'll tell you what, you want to move down south?" "No, I don't." "Yes, you do." "No, I don't." "Yes, you do." "No, I don't." I was like, "Steve, let's go."
The thing you got to bear in mind, the guy that he was talking to was probably a Newcastle PhD. Right? He was one of their intellectuals. Right?
Oh dear.
They've got one. He wears a little badge, and then they pass it on to the next guy. You know? War the intellectual, you know, like I do a lot of rational thought and stuff.
Like a groove and spooky.
That's right, you know. It's all kicking off doing sooth, you know.
Right, guys, I'm gonna wrap this up now. Does anyone want to promote anything? Anyone want to say anything? Eugene, are you doing any shows?
Most probably the next watch around, right? On playing Forest. Okay, let's see where I'll be doing it. Whether the Mama store.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Kev,
I'm done.
Yeah, you sure? You don't want to promote a local kennels or anything like that?
God no. No. Get any more dogs.
Kim, strictly business, if you know what I mean.
Eric and Paris making dollars.
And Rez,
yeah,
that looked very attractive. Easy tiger. What's that? Godzilla.
Oh, Godzilla.
Gojira.
So, are we signing him? Is he playing up front or midfield?
Godzilla. Yeah, well, he's playing all 11. All 11. We're deploying a 1 formation.
There can only be one.
Yes, they're going to be one. Yeah, we're getting the Kroger as well. The Kroger as well. From Ireland. Can you imagine? Yeah, so this is the Brentford lineup, the Tottenham lineup, Godzilla in goal, and the Krogan up front.
That sounds marvellous.
It does, doesn't it? You know? Listen, as far as I'm concerned, Clancy Brown can do no wrong. All right, so sign him for Spurs.
Okay, then, guys. Hopefully, see you next week. Come on, you Spurs. Bit disappointing, but
go you Spurs.
Beat you. Anyone watching, please subscribe, like, and subscribe. Spurs Wasian TV, Shelfside Spurs, and obviously the one and only Ricky VR TV. Resonator, Kev, Eugene. Thank you very much. Come on, you Spurs, and Levy is out.